A very good evening to you from the sports desk. Let's start with volleyball. The South African men's volleyball team has qualified for the All Africa Games this after finishing second in their qualifier tournament that took place in Zimbabwe. The Zone 6 qualifiers were scheduled to take place last year in December but were shifted to January 2024. Now joining us for more on this story is Volleyball South Africa's Jacob Thamaga to tell us about their preparations for Accra. Jacob, a very good evening and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening to you, Koina, and to the viewers of Newzroom Afrika.
Thank you so much.
For having me.
Thank you so much for making time. Thamaga, let's start right there. I guess congratulations for the team for qualifying for the All Africa Games that are going to take place in Accra, Ghana. The games were scheduled for December. They had to be moved to January, mid-January. Did that in any way affect the team's preparations?
No, the moving of the games did not affect us anyhow because the team was already preparing for the Olympic qualifiers and coming to play now in January. It gave us a good chance actually to participate in this kind of tournament, and we are happy in terms of how the team has performed so far.
Let's talk about that. I mean, obviously, looking at the Zone 6 games, you have some of the best teams within the zone itself coming through. What was the level of competition like?
Yeah, I can assure you that each and every team from the Zone 6 region wanted to qualify this time around. And there are teams like coming from Mozambique, Botswana, Angola, Namibia, Eswatini, and Lesotho, which participated at that tournament. And yeah, it was a hurdle. It was difficult for Team South Africa actually to qualify because in the quarterfinals, they had to defeat Angola by 2-0. And in the semifinals, we really were scared that will South Africa make it, because it was a do-die match that we had to face Mozambique, which is ranking number 1. And fortunately enough, we managed to defeat Mozambique by 2-0 to make it to the finals. And obviously, making it to the finals, it means you made it, you got a ticket to the All Africa Games. So yeah, it was not an easy one, but we made it. And we are happy for the boys, for the fantastic performance, and for the coach all the way from Australia, who's preparing the team, who's always with the team at the Pretoria High Performance Center.
I mean, indeed, we talk about the men qualifying, but unfortunately for the women's side, no good news. Just tell us a little bit about their campaign and what needs to be done to match the standard, if anything.
Yes, it has been a huge challenge in our office. Volleyball South Africa is still struggling to produce top athletes on the women's side. And yeah, but they did not perform so bad. They reached the quarterfinals and they met Botswana, whom used a home ground advantage, obviously, to defeat us. And we were defeated by 2-1, and the score in the last set was very close. It was 15-8. You could see that they went all out, actually. They died wearing their boots. They tried their best, but unfortunately, it could not go our way. But yeah, we have plans in place to develop the youngsters, whom we think that they will remain in the volleyball fraternity to keep the ball going, because most of the time you develop the young girls, when they grow up, they focus on marriage, they leave the sports. So we believe we even encourage the families, partners, friends out there to say, let's encourage the girl child to remain in the sport because when they grow up, they leave everything. And obviously, we'll have to come with some programs, mental skills programs, just to keep them busy so that they can be safe, actually, and love the sport, unlike what we see around at the moment.
I mean, you speak about some of these challenges, Thamaga, that you face. I mean, as somebody who has coached also having worked with projects like the University of Limpopo, where would you say the challenge is in terms of unearthing talent? Is it a question of enough competition, or maybe not having enough reach to go out there and source out those players, male or female, to come and play for the national teams?
Yes, speaking from a coach perspective, I remember I was more on development, and we managed to develop a lot of athletes with good heights, with potential to become stars. But unfortunately, along the way, like I've indicated, they drop out because of they pursue other things like marriage. So if we change the attitude, the saying of leaving sports when you get married is something that can help us to keep our athletes in sports. But the other thing is that the question of budget, we don't have enough money that we can use to pay for our athletes, at least to pursue them to remain in sport. So if we can be like any other sporting code like football, whereby they earn while playing, that can encourage them to stay in volleyball. But other than that, we are aware that we still lack more development programs, but we are working on them. We believe that with the programs that we have, that the coach submitted and our technical director submitted so far, as the Manco of Volleyball South Africa, we committed that we're going to support the coach to actually develop the identified or capacity the identified athletes so that they can be able to compete at that level.
Let's now look ahead to Accra. The men's team has qualified for the All Africa Games in Accra. What is the plan? Is there a schedule to try and keep them busy and also try to make them, prepare them rather, for a higher level of tournament in comparison to the Zone 6 games?
Yes, there is a plan. Coach has got a plan. It was submitted to the Manco, and we approved the plan. We met with the coach. We were able to discuss to actually indicate which activities we will be able to cater and which one we can't as Volleyball South Africa. And we even promised that we are going all out to seek for support, sponsorship. So far, we have the likes of Akadashan who are there supporting us. We need more of the corporate to come join the sporting code, because we are certain that if we get more resources, we'll be able to actually to reach greater heights. But without more support on the financial side, some of the programs might be difficult to be accomplished. But yeah, the plans are in place, and we are ready to kickstart with the preparations. And yeah, we are ready for Accra, and we are hoping for a medal at Accra.
Right, Thamaga, we're going to have to leave it there, but thank you so much for coming through to speak to us.